Welcome back as we get into our, very, I would say, exciting and special Friday edition. Heading into the Christmas, we want to head across immediately to Ryan Brew to obviously get the latest out of COP28. He's out there in Dubai giving us in real time all the developments as they continue to focus on sustainability and the environment and ensuring that the generations to come will enjoy the same planet that we would have met as children. So, Ryan, good morning, and I look forward to your latest update.
It was a welcome break, Jason. Good morning to you and good morning to all of your viewers. It was an incredibly deserving break for all 80,000 delegates at this conference because in the first week, each day just seemed to go into the next. It was incredibly long, very tiring. Yesterday, most of the delegates used the day off. Some went to the beach, others went shopping, some slept. I used it to catch up with some friends over lunch and then visited the Burj Khalifa, which is the tallest building in the world. I mean, you know this, you've been to Dubai. So it was a really nice day off for me before wrapping up some work. This morning, though, it's back to business here at COP28. Here at this conference, there was a high-level plenary session this morning with nations from at all levels, developing and developed nations, giving just very brief 3-minute speeches this morning. And, the common message is that we need to get this loss and damage fund not only now operationalized because it has been adopted, but we need to get the funding in the bank, and we need to get it to those people and those nations that need it the most. Those nations that are already being affected by loss and damage, we need to start getting the money to them as soon as possible. But right now, all we have is that the fund has been approved at the United Nations level at this COP28 conference. But the common message coming out of that session this morning, Jason, is that we need to get the funding to these people to help them start staving off the effects of climate change. The global stocktake also proved to be a common theme this morning. We already know that the world is far behind on its climate goals and its climate targets, but a lot of developing nations calling on developed nations to take action, to stop having conversations about the global stocktake, stop making goals or setting goals and not being able to meet them. So a lot of developing nations calling on developed nations to hold themselves to account when it comes to the global stocktake. This afternoon is going to be a pretty interesting afternoon because at the CARICOM Pavilion, the Caribbean will launch its Global Adaptation on Goal policy. So this proposal that will be launched this afternoon is going to be very interesting. We'll have a report for you in the midday news as well as the 7 o'clock news. But the likes of Rana Haynes is going to be there. I expect that the Minister of Planning and Development, Penelope Beckles, will also be there. So this is going to be an interesting perspective on what the Caribbean is looking for when it comes to the global goal on adaptation. But for now, I'll leave it there to you, Jason, and I will be back in the midday news and 7 o'clock news later on to give you the latest on what is happening here at COP28.
The latest there out of Dubai with Ryan Brew, COP28.